Hi everyone, welcome to Total Body. My name is Brittany. I'm so excited to be taking you all through this 45-minute full body workout. We've got some upper body work, some lower body work, some core work with some little cardio bursts in between. So before we get started, just make sure you have a floor mat easily accessible to lay down on. Make sure you have some dumbbells. You can use water bottles if you don't have any, and then just some water to drink between. So let's get started with that dynamic warm-up. When you're ready, go ahead and meet me for some back shoulder rolls. Slowly exercising those shoulders, stretching them out. We'll do a couple of these, and then we'll switch it to some forward shoulder rolls. Getting ready for this full body workout today. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and meet me for some forward shoulder rolls. And the next thing you've got coming your way are some back arm circles. So go ahead and just get in maybe 3 more shoulder rolls. And then meet me for some little tiny arm circles. And then we're gonna work on slowly making them bigger and bigger. Stretching out those rotator cuffs. Warming up our bodies. You can add in a little step touch to get that body ready for today's workout. Okay, now go ahead and switch those to little tiny backward circles. As you go through this warm-up, ask yourself why you logged on to this class. What is your goal for today? Okay, get that last circle in. Cross one arm over the other. Stretching out that chest. Meet me at standing. Next thing you have coming, you're gonna stand and you're just gonna lift one hip, one knee up, stretching out that hip, and switching for the other side. For some alternating hip turnouts. Stretching out those hips. So ask yourself that question, why you signed on today. And throughout the remainder of this workout, whenever things get tough, if you're maybe not so motivated, remind yourself. You already did the hardest part, you logged on. Okay, meet me at standing one more time. We're gonna go for some side lunges. So meet me at standing. You're just gonna step one foot out, leaning into that back heel, and swapping to the other side. Stretching out those inner thighs, activating our whole legs. So the hardest part is getting here. You have your stuff ready. All you have to do is stick with me for 45 minutes. We got this. Get one more side lunge in. Meet me at standing. All right, next up, we have some alternating high kicks. So in this exercise, just go as high as you can. If you can't kick all the way up, that's totally okay. Keep that in mind also through the remainder of this workout. Do everything to the best of your ability. So you're just gonna step one foot up, trying to reach the opposite hand, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings as you kick one toe up, aiming for that opposite hand. So don't sacrifice your bottom leg by bending it in order to get a higher kick. If you just want to do a little lower kick, whatever is challenging for you is perfect. Okay, go ahead and meet me at T position. Now you're gonna aim one hand to the opposite toe for some windmills. Again, if you can't reach all the way down to your toe, maybe just reach for your knee. Whatever feels right to get that body stretched and warm for this total body workout today. Maybe get 2 more windmills on each side. Okay, go ahead and meet me at standing. The first thing we've got coming our way is our first short cardio burst of the day. So we're gonna be doing these cardio bursts 3 times throughout the workout today. So keep in mind the format so you'll be ready for the next one. It's just gonna be 3 rounds, 20 seconds on with 10 seconds of recovery between. And we're gonna start with that broad jump to a shuffle. So meet me with your with your feet shoulder width apart, arms up by your ears. You're gonna jump as far as you can and then slowly shuffle it back. Well, quickly shuffle it back. We'll be doing that 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest between, 3 times through. I'm gonna start the timer right now, and go. Broad jump to shuffle. Jump as far as you can, run it back, and repeat. Option here, if you maybe just wanna step it up and run it back, maybe the broad jump is a little too intense for you, or try to get as much surface area as possible in between every single jump. Last one here. All right, great job. Breathe it out. We're gonna repeat that exercise right here in 3, 2. All right, long jump, run it back. Long jump, run it back. Got a couple more in before our next rest. Last one. All right, 10 seconds of rest here. Get some deep breaths of air. Preparing for our last set. Right here, 20 seconds. Last set for this first cardio circuit. Jump as far as you can, shuffle it back, repeat. Last one. Okay, great job. Grab a sip of water. We have a combined leg and arm circuit coming your way. Okay, so I'm gonna guide you through this next circuit. Go ahead and grab some dumbbells. We've got 4 different exercises here. We're gonna do 40 seconds on, 15 seconds to transfer to the next exercise. I'll demo it, and we'll go through it twice. So let's get started with that first exercise. We're gonna be doing a leg exercise, an upper body exercise, legs again, and then arms again, and I'll show you between those 15-second rest periods. So right here, we're gonna get started with an alternating reverse lunge. So hold those dumbbells down by your sides. You're gonna take one leg and step it directly behind the other leg, bringing that back knee hovering slightly above the ground. Bring it back to standing and alternate to the other side. Okay, right here, we got 40 seconds. Meet me for some alternating reverse lunges. On your way down, remember to come up and squeeze your glutes. Keep your core engaged. We'll be here for 40 seconds. You're already over halfway done. So the next thing you have coming your way is an upper body exercise. Get your last rep in. We have 15 seconds of rest here, so I'll demo the next exercise. Just watch for now. You have a hammer curl. So go ahead and curl those weights up towards your shoulders, lower them back down, straight into a lateral raise. Right here, meet me right now. Hammer curl, lat raise. Hammer curl, lat raise. A little over 30 seconds to go here. So in that hammer curl, we're starting with those weights facing the front of the room, and we're driving those dumbbells up so that they meet our shoulders, slowly lowering them back down. And on that lat raise, you're driving the backs of your hands up to the ceiling. One after another, squeezing with every single repetition. Get one last rep in, we got 5 seconds. Okay, great job. Next thing we've got, again, we only have 15 seconds, so get ready with me. Get onto your mat, all fours tabletop. You have some rainbows. Starting here, and making a rainbow with your leg. Start on one leg, we'll do both sides, 40 seconds right here. So you're gonna start with one leg, pointed out laterally, toe in line with your knee. You're gonna draw that back toe up, making a rainbow, and putting it to the other side of your toe that's on the ground. 20 seconds to go for a rainbow on this side, and we will switch to the other side directly after that. In 9 seconds, in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out, rest it out. We're gonna switch to the other side in 10 seconds. And then after that, we have some alternating plank taps with a push-up. So just keep that in mind. I'll demo it before we go. Switch legs, starting with that toe laterally placed in line with your knee, driving it up to form a rainbow with your toe, planting it into the ground on the other side of that toe, and switching it back to complete that rainbow exercise. So this really works your thighs, a little bit of glute work. Less than 20 seconds to go on this side before we take it into those alternating plank taps with a push-up. So for this one, make sure you have a water bottle or something to tap in front of you. I'll demo it in 3, 2, 1. All right, I'll show you the exercise, get your rest in, and we'll meet me in 10 seconds. So get into that plank position, shoulders over those palms, tapping one hand to that water bottle, and switching, and bringing it down for that push-up. Right here, meet me for 40 seconds. You're gonna tap the water bottle with one hand, switch it out to the other side, lower it down to that push-up, bring it back up. Option on that push-up to take it to your knees and slowly lower yourself down for that push-up, and then bring it back up. Whatever is best for you. Other option to maybe just do the knee push-up. Last rep here. Okay, great job. So we've got a little over 30 seconds of this rest between rounds. You know it's coming. We're gonna repeat that whole thing we just did one more time. So get some water and prepare for those alternating reverse lunges. Grab your weights, meet me at standing when you're ready. Grab those weights. We've got the alternating reverse lunge right here. Lower that back knee to the ground, hovering slightly over. Bring it back to standing, 2 feet in place, and switch it out. One leg at a time, engaging our core, squeezing those glutes on the way down, and on the way back up, breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. A little over 10 seconds until we have that 15-second rest period before we take it in to the hammer curl with a lateral raise. Last rep, right here. 15 seconds of rest. We've got the hammer curl to a lateral raise in less than 10 seconds. Right here. 40 seconds of hard work. Hammer curl to a lateral raise. Slowly bringing those weights to meet your shoulders, lowering them back down, and then bringing those weights up for that lateral raise. You showed up, you logged on. What kind of work are you gonna put in to the remainder of this workout? You're doing great. Are you challenging yourself? A little over 10 seconds to go. Keep up the great work. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, great job. 15 seconds of rest. Lower those weights to the ground. Bring that mat back in. We've got rainbows on each side. Get into that tabletop position. one toe in line with that knee. Bring it up to draw a rainbow with your toe. Knees on the opposite side in line and forming the other half of that rainbow. Like I said, to really get the most out of this exercise, squeeze your entire leg, glute to toe, throughout the duration of this exercise. Over halfway done with this side, and we'll swap to the other side when we are finished. I don't know about you, my thigh is on fire. Last rep. Okay, shake it out. We're getting ready for that other side. A little less than 10 seconds. How are you feeling? Right here, tabletop position. Toe goes out. We draw that rainbow. Meet it at the other side. And complete the other half of that rainbow. Try to engage your core as well on this. Squeezing that core, squeezing your glutes. A little over 10 seconds to go before we finish out this circuit with the plank taps into a push-up in 3, 2, 1. Okay, great job. Grab whatever it is you're using for that plank tap. Maybe you're using a dumbbell. Get into that plank position, shoulders over your palms. Right here, we're touching one hand to that water bottle, and then we're switching, and we are bringing it down for the push-up, straight back up into plank position, and doing it again, trying to keep our hips as sturdy as possible. You don't want them rocking too much. Remembering that option to take it to your knees for that push-up, if you so choose, or to maybe exclude that plank tap, or maybe you want to do only that plank tap. Last rep here. Great job. Okay, you made it through your first strength circuit and a cardio circuit so far. You're doing great. Next up, you can actually keep that mat because we've got some core work headed your way. So I will demo the exercise and I will explain. So for this, we'll be following similar, but it'll be 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We've got 3 exercises. And at the end of that third exercise, you're gonna do a little stationary hold position. So I'll go through you with it. I'll get that timer started. The first thing you have here are some flutter kicks. So you're gonna lay down on your mat. You'll have your hands down by your side. If you want, you could place them under your bottom for some extra support. And you're gonna have your head slightly lifted above the ground, about 6 inches, and you're just gonna kick one foot up and switch, and switch, and switch. We're here for 30 seconds. I'm starting the timer right here. Flutter kicks. The next thing we have, which I'll demo during that 10-second rest period, are some sit-ups to a punch on each side. So I'll show you what that looks like, and we'll do that for 30 seconds with another 10-second rest to follow. Option here, lower that head, working only those lower abs. 3, 2, 1. Okay, take your rest. I'm gonna demo the next exercise. We'll do that sit up. You'll punch to one side and then swap to the other. Meet me right here. First sit up, punch it out, lower it back down, and repeat. So with that punch motion, you're getting some extra oblique work, those side abs. 15 seconds to go here. Really punch it out. Picture someone you hate, punch them right in the nose. Nah, I'm kidding. Last one here. Okay, rest it out. The next thing we have, if you want, you could pick up your dumbbell. You're gonna bring those toes up towards the ceiling, drive that dumbbell up to your toes, meet me right here, 30 seconds. If you want, you could throw out that dumbbell, just go body weight. If you can't reach all the way to your toes, maybe just reach for your mid shin. A little over 15 seconds to follow, and straight after this, there will be no rest. We have a 10-second hollow hold burnout. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, meet me right here. Hollow hold, head about 6 inches above the ground, legs above about 6 inches for 3, 2, 1. Okay, great job. We got 30 seconds of rest here. Maybe take it into the seal stretch. Stretch out those abs for about 20 seconds before we repeat that circuit. When you're ready, you can get ready for those flutter kicks. We'll be repeating them in a little over 5 seconds. Lay it back down. Okay, right here. Head above the ground, feet above the ground, kicking one foot up and switching. A little over 20. Option to lower that head. Option to place those hands under those glutes for some extra support. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Next up, sit up to punches. You know it's coming in 5. Right here. Lower it down for that sit up. Bring it up, punch it out. 1 on each side. Really remember to breathe on these exercises. It's easy to forget, especially with abs, but it's so important to give those muscles the oxygen they need in this tough work. Last one right here. Great job. Last thing coming your way, lay it down for those toe reaches. Use that weight or don't, whatever works for you. Bring those toes up to the ceiling and reach. And reach. 30 seconds. We'll take it into a 10-second hollow hold right after, and this first core circuit will be complete. For 5. Okay. Right here, lower it down, hollow hold position. 5 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. First core circuit is over. Lay it down, stretch it out. Meet me at standing when you're ready. We have another short cardio burst headed your way. Same format, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds in between to rest, 3 times through. This time what we'll be doing is toe tap jumps. So we'll show you those. Grab a quick sip of water if you need. So on those toe tap jumps, you're just gonna have one hand out and you're gonna reach for the opposite toe. Just for a little run. I'm gonna start the timer. Right here, 20 seconds. Meet me when you're ready. Reaching for that opposite toe. Option here, step it out if that run is a bit too intense. Last rep here. Great job, 10 seconds to rest. We'll repeat, get some water. Repeat right here. Run it out or step it out. Really get that heart rate up. Okay, 10 seconds to rest. We'll do it once more, and then we'll head right back in to another leg/arm circuit. 3, 2, 1. Get those last couple of repetitions in. Three, 2, 1. Okay, great job. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer. We're doing another sort of leg/arm combined circuit. So go ahead, grab those dumbbells. The first thing we have is just your basic air squat. You're gonna sit it back into the chair, bring it up, squeeze it out. Option here to add a calf raise. Okay, I'll demo the next exercise with the 15 seconds of rest that are in between, but right now, meet me for that squat. Squeeze it at the top, weight in those heels. You don't wanna let your knees fall too far in front of those toes. Squeeze it out. You're so close to being done with this workout. Keep it up. Ten seconds to go on this squat. 15-second recovery period. Headed your way. In 3, 2, 1, rest it out. Meet me in this position, hinging at your hips, weights hanging right down by your knees, and then bring it into that row position. You're gonna kick it back for tricep kickbacks. Right here, 40 seconds, meet me now. So you're kicking back those dumbbells, driving to the back of the room, maybe aiming to bring it up towards the ceiling, really squeezing it at the top, engaging your core, squeezing your whole body with every single repetition. Don't forget to smile, that's important too. Less than 10 seconds to go here, and you have another recovery period headed your way. I'll demo the next exercise. Okay, next exercise, we've got some legs. So you're gonna take it into a single leg deadlift. One foot goes in front of the other foot, rolling those dumbbells down, your front leg, T position, and bring it back to standing. Meet me right here, single leg deadlift. Option here, take it into a kickstand. So I'll bring that back toe slightly in line with that front heel. You're gonna lower it down. Most of your weight is in that front heel. Then use those glutes and those hamstrings to bring it back to standing. 40 seconds here, whichever option you choose. A little over 10 seconds to go. And we'll have a 15-second rest before we swap to the other side. Okay, right here, 15 seconds to rest. We're preparing for that other leg, whatever leg you didn't do. Now it's time, and then we'll take it in to a last arm exercise of this circuit. Okay, lower it down, keeping those weights as close to that front leg as possible. It really challenges your stability with these single leg exercises. So if you need to take that kickstand, that is okay. Or if you maybe want to just keep something that you're staring at that's directly in line with your sight of vision, that might be something useful to keep you from falling out of the exercise. Or if you just want to use the kickstand, that is perfectly okay. Last rep here. Great job. Okay, actually keep those weights in hands because our last exercise of this circuit is an Arnold Press. You're gonna take it in, you're gonna bring it to a shoulder press, rotating them back out, palms face your shoulders, and then you're gonna rotate it back up for a shoulder press. Right here, meet me for that Arnold Press. So you're starting with the backs of your hands facing the front of the room, And as you go up for that shoulder press, you're rotating the palms to the back of the room. So a little less than 20 seconds to go on this first set of Arnold Presses. Really squeezing with every single exercise. The good thing of this motion is it works every single part of your shoulder with that rotation. Okay, great job. We've got 40 seconds to rest here. Maybe get some water. We're gonna take it into those squats right after this rest. So prepare, shake it out a little. Pick up those dumbbells when you're ready. Ten seconds left of rest here. Get in a deep breath of air, fill those lungs. Pick up those weights. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Feet shoulder width apart, sitting back into those heels like you're sitting into a chair. Weights stay down by your knees. Don't forget that option to add a calf raise at the end, or if you really want to take it up a notch, add a jump. Whatever challenges you is good enough for me. Don't forget to squeeze at the top, engaging those glutes and those quads. Less than 10 seconds for our last set of squats for this workout. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Next up, we've got the tricep kickbacks. So go ahead, breathe it out. Meet me feet shoulder width apart once more. Hinge at the hips. Getting started in 3, 2, 1. We're in that row position. Elbows driving up to the ceiling. Kick those dumbbells back. Squeezing our triceps at the top. Less than 30 seconds to go here. Breathing out on your way up and in on your way down. A little over 10 seconds before we take it in to those single leg deadlifts. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. 15 seconds to rest. We've got the single leg deadlifts coming your way. Maybe whatever leg you didn't start on before, start on this time, but we're gonna hit both sides, so it really doesn't matter. Right here, roll those dumbbells out, meet your heel or the front of your shin. Try to get to that T position, but just bring that back leg up to whatever feels comfortable for you, whatever is challenging. Option to take it into the kickstand, using those glutes and those hamstrings to stand back up. Keep it up. You're doing great. Last exercise. Okay, rest it out for 15 seconds and we'll hit the other side. Whew. Get some deep breaths of air in. Right here, other side in 3, 2, 1. So you might have one side that's a little bit better regarding your stability, even your strength too. But for me, my right leg is noticeably less stable. So I try to work on balance on this side. But if I need to take it into that kickstand, that is always a good option. But try to challenge yourself. And remember that if you fall out of it, that's okay. All that is important is that you are trying your very best. Last rep here. Great job. Keep those weights in hand or drop them for a quick second if you want. A little less than 10 seconds before we take it into those Arnold presses. Right here, this position, backs of your hands facing the front of the room, rotate it up for that shoulder press, rotate it back down. We got our Arnold press. Last exercise of this circuit. Breathe in and breathe out. In 10 seconds. After this, all we have left is an ab circuit and a cool down to close out this workout. Great job. Grab that mat and get ready to take it into some abs. So before we were mostly laying it on our backs for our abs. This time we're gonna hit our core mostly in that standard plank position. So I'll start the timer. The first thing we have coming your way is some plank hip dips. So the plank hip dips, for that exercise, you're gonna get onto your elbows and you're gonna be in this plank position. Try not to look like a mountain. You want your body in a straight line, squeezing those glutes, lowering one side of those hips down to the opposite side, bringing it back to center and switching. Right here, we're gonna do the same thing before, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest in between. I'll demo those exercises during the rest period. Right here, 30 seconds. Bring it down to your elbows, plank position, lowering one side down, bringing it back to center, and switching it out. After this, we'll take it into high plank position. So that means you're gonna be on your palms instead of your elbows. And we'll just be reaching for our heels for a heel tap. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's actually an ankle tap, not a heel tap, but you'll be in that high plank position. You're gonna bring one hand to the opposite ankle, back to high plank, and switch. Right here, meet me now for 30 seconds. Obviously, you may not reach your ankle depending on how long your arms are, how long your legs are. For me, I'm just reaching about mid-shin, but I'm bringing it back to plank, squeezing that core, squeezing those glutes, and repeating. Last rep here. Great job. Bring it to rest. Next, we have some up, up, down, down. So that's just gonna be here, up to high plank, low plank to high plank, right here, 30 seconds. Don't forget to switch whichever side goes down first. So if you're going down to your right forearm, you'll pick it up on your right forearm, and next circuit you'll be doing, or next rep you'll be doing left side and switching. So just remembering to alternate between every single repetition. Last rep here. Great job. Take it to a rest. Oh, sorry, surprise. We're holding it for 10 seconds here in that low plank position. Don't get out of it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, great job. Oops. Rest it out. We're repeating that exercise one more time through. We've got our plank hip dips in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds right here, low plank position, lowering one hip down into the mat, bringing it back to center, and swapping. This is our last round of strength-based exercises of today's workout. So don't get too proud of yourself yet. You did make it very far, but finish it out stronger than you started. We're resting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. We're going straight into those ankle taps in 3, 2, 1. High plank position, reaching one hand to your opposite ankle, squeezing your core, squeezing your glutes. When you come back to that standard plank position, finish strong. If your core is on fire, you're doing something right. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, next up, we're taking it down. Low plank, high plank, high plank. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, down, down, up, up. Switch sides, down, down, up, up. Switch sides, down, down, up, up. 20 seconds to close out your 45-minute total body workout. Keep it up. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze your core. Don't lighten up now. Finish strong. Last rep, right here. Great job. So go ahead and stay on your mat. We're gonna take it into that cool down. Crossing one arm over the other. You can stay on your knees in this sort of seated position, or if you want to take it up. When you're ready, go ahead and cross one arm over the chest, using that other hand to hold it steady, stretching your shoulder. Hold it there, feel the stretch. Cross one arm over the other and switch. Getting in some deep breaths of air. After that challenging total body workout, switch it once more. Raise your hands over your head, fingers towards the ceiling. You're gonna bring one hand towards your back. Use that opposite hand to grab your elbow and feel that stretch in your shoulder once more. Lower your hands back down, crossing one arm over the other once more, bringing them back over your head and switching sides. Okay, great job. Now we're gonna take it back into that high plank position, but you're just gonna sit back into those heels, pushing your body weight back so that you can feel a stretch in those hamstrings. If you wanna bend one leg and then bring it back to straight legs and then switch, you'll really feel that stretch on each side. It's really important to stretch after these demanding workouts. Make sure your muscles recover as needed. And then when you're ready, you can walk your hands towards your feet and slowly dangle your hands, letting yourself sit into that standing pike position. Now you can go ahead and step one foot out and sit it into the lunge. I'm doing left leg lunge, pushing those hips into your front heel. Straighten that front leg. Try to touch your nose to your knee. Whatever is comfortable for you to feel that stretch. Bring it back to lunge once more and straighten. Go ahead and swap sides. Opposite side lunge. Bring it back down, nose to your knee on the other side. Bring it to your lunge, straighten it out once more. Bring your feet together, stepping it up, bringing it to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and take a deep breath of air, bringing those arms up over the ceiling. Hold it there for a second. Let it all out. Great job today. I hope you all had a great time. I had a lot of fun. If you liked this workout, you could come tune in every Tuesdays. My name is Brittany. I teach at 6:30 p.m. on the Group Fitness live stream with Rec Sports. If you want, you could go ahead and watch previous archived videos, or if you like this one will be archived soon. And go ahead and look at the survey. There's a survey in the description, and let me know maybe what you really liked about this workout, maybe some things you didn't like so much. It really helps us instructors out. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.